Welcome to REI Pro Talk, where real estate investors turn for the latest news, tips, and tricks from the real in the trenches pros. Tune in to hear Chris Goff, the nation's premier real estate investing powerhouse. Join up with other top pros in the investing world as they cover every topic. No fluff, no filler, no holds barred. All you need to know from start to paycheck.
And you want to know, what is the ultimate business marketing plan? I do have a few types of marketing, but would like to see the overall picture. As I grow my business, I have already closed 8 deals in the last 3 months, and I've netted just over $65,000. I want to use some of this money to build my business. Well, first, Toby, good job on the 8 deals in the last 3 months. You looks like you're well on your way. Now you have this $65,000 and you're asking yourself, kind of, how do I level up and what do I do? So I thought I would share with you guys something we do in a live event. It's called the Real Estate Marketing Matrix Chart. Now, I could spend an entire day or even a weekend on really this whole entire chart alone. So I wanted to explain just kind of briefly. Let's just take a look at this chart. And I've divided this chart into 2 different sections, and it looks like a V here. And on the left, starting in the upper left corner, all the way down to your website in the center, that's what I talk about as offline marketing techniques. And on the right-hand side are online marketing techniques. A lot of people try to say, oh, that's old school marketing versus new school marketing. That's really just not true. These marketing topics, techniques all work hand in hand. And if you really take a step back for a minute and think about any of these marketings, I don't care if it's the direct mail Chris was talking about, or letters, or PPC advertising, what is the goal of all of that marketing effort? And that goal is to get somebody to either give you a call or visit your website. In general, we have to talk to somebody. So we're wanting to get in contact with those people. So over here in some general marketing, some of these techniques, we have things like business cards. It always amazes me, Chris, when we go out into a live event, how many people don't have a business card for their business. And it's one of the cheapest, really most effective things to have when you're out there doing events. So business cards, flyers, special reports, the 3-foot rule. People always say, what is the 3-foot rule? You know, when we were first getting into investing, I always think everybody's a competitor of mine. And I don't want to tell anybody what I'm actually doing. And that's really the furthest from the truth. You know, you need to tell everybody you're an investor. Here's what I do. Here's what I'm looking for. And you'll be amazed how many people, even seasoned investors that maybe don't have time right now to do a specific deal, they'll just sling the deal over to you, make a little commission. And that's, that's just what wholesaling is all about. Yard signs, card magnets, and so on in general marketing. Then we have the direct mail marketing. Here we're talking about these postcards, these letters, these special reports, wow boxes. Each one of these have different strategies and techniques that I could teach you guys. But by and large, look, postcards are one of the most effective direct mail marketing strategies. I want to call it a strategy techniques. I know I use them. REI Pro use them because we just love postcards because people just sort their stuff right over the trash can and they don't have to open a postcard. It hits them right in the face. Then we have some mass media. As you get more and more money, you want to put it into radio ads, billboards, host some seminars. We have one student that would actually do some stuff with seminars for investors. That turned out really well for him. But then on these are the offline strategies, okay? Things we're doing that's not centered around what we do online. But if we go to the opposite side of this over here on the V, we start out with online marketing, okay? And this is all the things we're going to do online to attract either visitors to our website, and that's typically what we're doing. We're doing some type of keyword research, some type of email campaign, some type of paid advertising. Doesn't matter if you're doing it on the social media platforms like Facebook, YouTube, or you're just doing it on Google AdWords and the different search engines. But what we're doing there is we're buying some form of advertising over here, and the goal is to get them to click on the ad and drive them to your website. And on that website, we're going to have landing pages that you really need to tie in your marketing of what, if you're in these situations, really, if we're targeting pre-foreclosures, land them on your website that's in pre-foreclosures, have a form that they can fill out. They fill this form out. That puts them on a email list send them some emails about how you can help them out of pre-foreclosure and so on. So all these marketing techniques tie together. And then once they're on the website, once they fill out the form, you're going to get a notice of it. Then you're going to be able to pick up the phone, call this potential seller or this potential buyer and help them in their situation. So this is just a little chart here. There's a lot of things you can do once you start making some money to invest. You don't have to do all of these at one time because it could get, expensive. But as you make more and more money, I do suggest putting more of that into marketing just to drive more leads to fill the sales funnel so that you have a continuous potential leads coming through.
Yeah. And I want to just emphasize the business card real quick because it almost is like people are just like, oh, that's like really super old school stuff. Everyone's looking for the next new thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
A business card, which is when you go to a restaurant, and I know it's a little different for restaurants in a lot of places right now. You go to a restaurant, you leave a tip and you leave your business card because everybody's a potential prospect. It's something simple you can do. It's very inexpensive and it's going to get the message across. I think that one of the hardest things is people don't want to tell anybody about what they do. And that's crazy because they maybe, oh, you're in that real estate stuff. Oh man, that's just a big old scam, type of thing. And I think maybe people are a little embarrassed. You need to just open your mouth and say, hey, here's what I do. And a business card is still today a great way to pass along information. Major companies that I see come to my house, and I mean, they always have a business card. Yep. And it's still one of the basic marketing methods still used today. So I know people love physical things. Do you realize, Bo? And I remember doing this at a live event, but people can actually remember everything for the rest of their life. There's two things that your brain has to do in order to remember something the rest of their life. When I ask people, it's like, hey, have you ever been in a car accident? And you'd see the hands go up. And I'd pick somebody and say, what color of the car were you in? It was white. Do you remember the color of the car that you got in an accident? It was red. Do you remember, what day that was? How old were you? And they just boom, boom, boom. And then I'll go, do you remember the first thing that I said this morning? They're like,
crickets.
Good morning. It's funny how our brain can remember so many things. So the two things that your brain has to have in order to remember it is, number one, you have to have a physical image of it. And number two, it has to create action. Again, we go back to some of these offline from a postcard or a business card. These are physical things that have an image and somebody has to hold it. They're going to flip it over. They're creating action and it's going to help them remember you. Or have you ever, you saw something, you're like, where have I seen that before? I know I've seen that somewhere. I think the more you get that message out to people, you're going to get more business. I know it's something very simple to do. It's very inexpensive. And I would highly look, make your business card crazy. I don't care, but pass them out, give them to people. It takes one deal to pay for your business cards for like 10 years, right? Or 100 years.
Or your entire investing career.
I mean, why would you not do it? And it's
just, it's just so personable. Shaking your hand, look at somebody in the eye, exchanging that information is just, it's that action, but it's real personal versus, just send me a text with your information on it,
It's a timeless marketing piece that everybody should be using.
Yep. Next question from Billy. Should I send direct mail marketing during the holiday season? Thanks for your help.
Absolutely. And I'm going to give you the best reason why on the planet. Just because it's a holiday doesn't mean that the seller's situation has gotten any better. All right. Because just because it's Thanksgiving doesn't mean that they're still in a bind or their health is still bad or they're still behind in payments. And it's so funny. People stop doing direct mail. And I'm like, you guys are crazy. Like you're not crazy because it kind of eliminates competition for us. Right. So we'll do heavy direct mail marketing. My students will do heavy direct mail marketing during these times. And I can tell you, some of my students have done some of the biggest deals. I knew when I got started, my income only stops when I stop, right? It's like a doctor, right? So I had to go out and flip a house. Otherwise, my paycheck, there was none, right? So I was self-unemployed again until I'd find that next deal. So for me, I had to do this 365 days. There was no, hey, I'm going to respect people's time, and, it's Thanksgiving and I'm not going to send them anything. That's crazy. These people that you're marketing are the people that are in trouble. They need your help. That's almost like the best time of the year to market people. Okay. So just remember that people's situation does not change because it's a holiday. But one of the big deals I did is I put 3 houses, 3 vacant lots, 12 duplexes, and 1 apartment complex all in one contract. All of it was owned by one owner. And I did that deal in the middle of December and sold it the last day of December. That was a good New Year's present, by the way. So yes, absolutely. You should be doing direct mail marketing. You should always be marketing. That never should come to a halt.
Thanks for listening to REI Pro Talk. If you've ever wanted to jump into the real estate game, get started with the #1 software for real estate investors on the planet, REI Pro. Start for free at www.myreipro.com.